Hello, everybody. Welcome to Livestream Orientation. We're really excited you're here.
All right. So now, Emily, I'm going to hit
I was
admit.
not ready.
Now I'm going to hit admit all, and everybody's going to join in, and we're going to get going. Ready?
Perfect.
And here they come.
Good morning, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Morning.
Thanks for joining. Bear with me as I have to keep clicking admit.
Do you want to add me as a co-host and I can do it for you?
Sure. I'll find you on the list. Well, no, I got it. I got it. I'm going to share my screen here in a second too.
Great turnout here today, everybody. Thank you so much for making the time. We're excited to have you on the live stream.
So great to see so many familiar faces. I am going to mute those of you who are not.
You're offended by yesterday? The people. No.
Okay. Please don't be offended if I mute you. And if you're not muted, you can just tap mute for now. But certainly later on in this call, we will ask you guys to feel free to unmute and ask all of your questions. And before we get going, I did have one quick thing. Sarah, are you here? Sarah Pretchel, are you here? So we had a question about an ASL interpreter for this meeting. Sarah, if you're here, if that person is here, I'm more than happy to pin that video for us and just bear with me for 1 second. We're working on getting this going. Emily, why don't you take a minute and introduce yourself as before we get going?
I am happy to do that. Good morning, everybody. It's very nice to see you here today. My name is Emily Bauman. I'm the communications manager at the St. Louis Community Foundation. I am your point of contact for all things Give STL Day, all the emails you keep getting, all the social media posts you keep seeing. That is all me. So I'm living, breathing this day here with you. And it's the best part of my job. It is a lot of fun. This is my third Giving Day at the Community Foundation and my second one leading the effort. So thank you so much for being a part of one of the many elements that make it extra special, which is our live stream from Union Station that is going to take place on Give STL Day this year on May 9th. My friend, colleague, peer, one of my favorite people in the whole world, Chris Strub, is hosting our live stream again this year. This is your fifth Give STL Day? Fourth?
Fourth. Yep.
So he has me beat. He's been supporting Give STL Day for a number of years now, and he actually supports many, many giving days across the country as our official Giving Day guy. And have you, sir, sorted out your tech issues? Are you ready to rock?
Yes, I'm just checking with our friends from Deaf Empowerment Awareness Foundation. Linda, are you here? So just bear with me for one more second here. We're trying to coordinate an ASL interpreter. And I believe our interpreter is here. So let me pin that.
They need a PIN number, I think.
I think we're good now. Are we okay?
Well, while we are just making sure that everybody has what they need to be able to attend this training today, I am going to go ahead and drop in the chat a link. See, look, it says, look in the chat. They need the PIN number for an interpreter. Isn't the PIN just Chris Strub?
Yes.
For the meeting?
I had I don't know of an additional PIN number, and I'm sorry about that feedback noise. So I think we should be okay because I don't have an additional number to provide. So let's go through this. And then if we do need to have an additional session, I'm happy to stick around at the bottom of the hour here and we can further make sure we answer everybody's questions and continue with those accommodations. But I want to make sure while we have the group here that we do get going. So again, my name is Chris Strub. Thank you, Emily, for that great introduction. I am really looking forward to being back in St. Louis for the 11th annual Give STL Day coming up in 2 weeks. I am based in Greenville, South Carolina, and am looking forward to being back in St. Louis soon. So on Give STL Day, which is coming up on May 9th, we will be hosting 11 hours of live stream video live from Union Station. All of you guys who have received this invitation and those of you who are watching on replay will be a big part of that production. And we are very, very grateful for you guys for taking the time to be part of that. If everyone can do me a favor and just in the video there, kind of nod your head if you got your slot on the schedule. So Emily, we see a lot of people nodding, which is good. Okay. So everyone has been assigned a time slot sometime between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. This broadcast will be done completely in person from Union Station. So you will be invited to come on down to Union Station approximately 10 minutes before your scheduled time. So if you are on, for example, the 1 p.m. broadcast, we will ask that you please be at Union Station by about 12:50 p.m. There will not be a list of assigned questions for your time slot. However, I encourage you to think of it this way. One, we're going to ask you about the value and the importance of a donation and what a donation can do for your organization on Give STL Day. We're going to ask you probably about your organization's participation in Give STL Day and why you are participating this year. And we're also going to use the information that you provided on your sign-up sheet to kind of guide the questions that our interviewer will ask you. So when you get to Union Station, you will see myself at the production table, and you will also see a member of the St. Louis Community Foundation as our host for that hour. We are still finalizing the host assignments, and we can certainly let you know when we have those assignments figured out. There will also be another member of the Community Foundation team there to assist with getting everyone coordinated, seated, lined up, stuff like that. So you will see me, but I will probably be head down in my equipment trying to get the sound to work, the video to work, and all that kind of stuff. We will have additional chairs and things set up at Union Station outside there where you are welcome to invite other people to come down and watch. We are thrilled that our friends at Union Station have invited us to come on back. I don't know if Tammy is here, but do we see Tammy in the list?
She is here, I think.
Tammy is here. So Tammy Brown, Union Station, thank you so much again for having us back. We really greatly appreciate you being a great partner in this production. And you'll get to hear from Tammy in that live stream broadcast during the day as well. Your appearance on the live stream will last roughly 5 to at the maximum 6 minutes. Okay, so it sounds like a long time, but it really does fly by. Again, we did this last year and the time frame was a little bit longer. So this year we're really trying to accommodate and give more organizations an opportunity to have their voices heard on this live stream on the 9th. The stream will be found on the St. Louis Community Foundation Facebook page, and we're also working to have the stream embedded on givestlday.org so that more and more people will be able to find the stream. However, we do strongly encourage you to share the broadcast out and let your audience know that they can tune in and watch live or on replay as the broadcast is going on or after it has concluded. Okay, so the order that you see on the schedule is not necessarily the order that we need to go in on the giving day. Everyone will get there at a slightly different time. Last year, what ended up happening was people kind of ended up going in the order that they arrived, which was nice. It was very kind of democratic. But in some cases, you might have people that are either in a hurry. We might be try to be accommodating for certain organizations that bring in young children or could bring in pets or a musical act or something like that. So just try and be flexible with your colleagues there in the industry. If someone has an urgent need that they need to go first or second in the hour, just try and work with one another, and we can actually go in any order that we need to for the broadcast. A lot of you guys have submitted videos to be played as part of your appearance, and that's great. Many of you guys submitted them through the form, and as I said, via email. If you submitted it through the form, I have that video, so that's great. If you sent me an email separately with your video, I have probably replied and said I got it, so that's great. If you have not sent in a video, first of all, that's okay. There is no requirement to send in a video. It's perfectly fine to come in and have this conversation with us without a video supplement. However, if you do want to send in a video to be played as part of your appearance, please email me directly with the file, and I will make sure to get that sorted out. I cannot play content with copyrighted audio, so please make sure if you are sending in a that your video does not have copyrighted audio. If it does have copyrighted audio, I'm not going to play it because we can get in very serious trouble to the extent of actually my account getting banned from Facebook or even losing the St. Louis Community Foundation Facebook page. And we are not going to do that because I will not be invited back to St. Louis if that happens. So please just know that that is the case. I tried very, very hard, as did Emily, to accommodate everyone's stated preferences for the live stream appearance, your time. However, as I noted in my email, if you need to switch your time, right now would be a wonderful time to do that. Okay, there are 54 guests here in the room right now. And if you have a time that you would need to or even want to switch to, the chat right now is en fuego. So if someone wants to switch, right now would be really great to do it. Because
I'm interjecting because people are already doing this, which is great. Please put your organization name in your comment for when you want, if you need your time slot to switch. I'm taking notes for what all of you say. Just in case we don't get it sorted out in this meeting, we will make sure that we have you at a time that works for you, but I need your organization name.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you for taking care of that, Emily. I have the schedule here in front of me. So if we need to do a little shuffling, even now, like, before the conclusion of this meeting, we can make that happen if we can figure out the equation. The deadline for a video really is as soon as possible, but I will say that the hard deadline to send me a video would be the end of next week. So I am producing another Giving Day next week in Pennsylvania. So if you do me a favor and please send in a video as soon as possible, that would be really helpful to me as we are working to produce another event, in a different state. I am going to ask if you are not. Let me see who I can mute here, just to make sure we're minimizing the background noise. I do want to pause here. Emily or anybody else, questions, I do have a couple more things I want to touch on, but let's pause here. And if there's anything that I said so far that we have questions about, I'm happy to answer those.
I do have a question. I saw a comment in the chat and I did get a DM. You didn't send out calendar invitations that should actually be on May 9th,
No.
correct?
Nope.
We have not done that. We are not planning on doing that because it would be like 80 different calendar invitations. Your time slot that is currently assigned to you was included in the invitation to this meeting. Obviously, we're making some adjustments, so we'll be sending out the revised time slot schedule once we do have that finalized.
There was actually an invite sent out for May 9th, but it looks like it was, it says orientation on it from 10 to
Okay.
10:30 on May 9th.
So what happened is that an organization that received this meeting invitation proposed a new time for it, and it went to everybody. I think that they misunderstood what this meeting was, so you will not have a calendar invitation from us on May 9th at all. Sorry about that. We did not know that that was going to happen.
And I have never seen that in 8 years of doing this, so I apologize. I didn't even know that that was possible. But we do ask, of course, that you show up at your scheduled time and not everyone at 10 a.m. because that would be really bad. Let's talk about the weather. I am hearing from Emily this morning that the weather today in St. Louis was not particularly great, which hopefully means that when May 9th rolls around, we will be blessed with perfect weather. I'm sure many of you guys have probably either been to or at least seen Union Station. We will be outside at Union Station, weather permitting. We will be very close to where we were last year. If you saw any of that video, on that sort of pavilion area next to the big water area in front of the restaurant. However, because we have a lot of expensive technology involved in the production of this broadcast, in the event of rain, we will need to move inside. Emily and I will be making that decision as prudently as possible. Again, hopefully we will have a final decision by Tuesday the 7th. However, if, as you guys know better than I do, the weather in St. Louis can be a bit iffy. If there is a risk to that equipment, we just won't be able to do anything from a broadcast perspective if it is raining and everything gets ruined. And you'll have a very sad giving day guy. So we do have a backup space inside of the Union Station Hotel. And we will absolutely be very, very clear the week of Give STL Day as to whether or not we need to exercise that option to move inside. I certainly hope we don't have to do that. Emily hopes the same thing, but as you guys know, weather in St. Louis can be not great sometimes. And we have to do sometimes what we have to do. So we will all cross our fingers and hope that things work out for the best on the 9th. What other questions do we have, Emily?
We've had a couple questions in the chat about props and visuals for during their segment. What are your recommendations on what to bring, how many things to bring, good sizes?
Please bring cool stuff. This video is
That's what you gotta watch for.
This video. Am I going to mute now?
Yeah, everybody, please put yourselves on mute. I know we all have a lot going on, but please be respectful to the others in attendance to this meeting and put yourselves on mute if you are not asking a question.
Sorry, guys. And in a minute, I promise, or if you have a specific question that you want to ask on the mic, feel free to do it. But to answer your question, visuals are highly encouraged. The video is a very visual medium. We have plenty of space outside to bring pretty much anything you want. If something is related to your organization and you want to show it off, we love that. And so obviously we encourage you to be practical. We can't and I think Tammy will chime in. Tammy's probably listening nervously. Like, I don't want you to bring like things that you can theoretically light on fire or anything that's dangerous, but anything that is going to visually add to the story that you want to help craft on Give STL Day, bring it down. Like, we will be more than happy to show off whatever these artifacts or products or pieces of art, or, you know, we had dance groups last year and stuff like that. We want this to feel really representative and fun and exciting for the viewers to watch. So, you know, not only do I encourage you to bring something down with you, and we'll have a table there if you need to like put something down while you're waiting to go on. We'll have an extra table there for you. But also, of course, make sure that you are dressed in something that, you know, I would encourage you that represents your organization. If you follow me on social media or if you've seen my stuff, you know, I'm always wearing hats that are related to my work. I've got my York Revolution hat on from the other Giving Day that I'm producing next week. So, you know, whether it's a shirt, you know, a jacket, a hat, everything that you show in that couple of minutes is going to be representative of your organization. I think it's worth noting here too, Emily, I forgot to mention, in terms of the people allotment that we have, I will have a microphone, our host will have a microphone, and my soundboard accommodates 4 mics. So we will have 2 microphones for your organization. You're welcome to come down solo or bring someone with you from your organization. A couple of groups have emailed and said, hey, we usually have 3 people that represent us in interviews. That's fine. Just know that you're going to have to kind of, you know, stand in between or, you know, switch off or something like that, because we really are only going to have space on camera for 2 people to really be featured at one time. What other questions do we have?
We have a couple people who are asking that want to bring pets, and if they need to know anything in particular. We welcomed many pets last year, a number of dogs. And as far as I know, all pets are welcome, you know, sans anything that's gonna eat somebody. Anything in particular you want to say about pets, Chris?
Hopefully your pet will be prepared to receive loving from me because I will melt and hopefully pet your dog, cat, whoever you'd like to bring. Don't bring a full-sized horse. I don't know that Tammy wants to accommodate a horse or an elephant, but other than that, animals are allowed.
We did have a question in the chat, and thank you for that. If we have any clips from last year, the answer is absolutely yes. You can get to those on the St. Louis Community Foundation's Facebook page by viewing our videos, or I did drop a link to one of them in the chat. A couple people wanting to know when the deadline for video submissions is again. Chris, if you could just say that and then also drop it in as a comment, please.
Videos should be submitted ASAP, but absolute deadline will be next Friday, May 4th, May 3rd.
May 3rd. Had a question about parking. Tammy, if you don't mind, I might call upon you to remind us where the parking lot is. We will be sending out a map of where you can park and where you should go to find us that day, whether we are inside or outside. But Tammy, the parking lot is like between Union Station and the highway, right?
Right. The easiest way to access the parking lot is to go on South 18th Street, and the entrance is just south of Clark. There's a big gate that says St. Louis Aquarium and Union Station. Just pull the ticket and come on in, and then we will be providing vouchers so that you don't have to pay for parking that day.
Thank you so much, Tammy. That's excellent. A question for being able to display a show and tell on a table. There is going to be a table in front of you. Chris, do you want to talk about that a little bit and how you can actually kind of get more dynamic video of people's props and visuals?
Yeah, so the best thing to do with the props, depending on what it is, you'll be seated at a table for the interview itself. So if you have a prop that you can kind of hold with you kind of at that table, it's probably ideal. However, I will have someone from the Community Foundation who can help out by holding a camera. So if it is something that wouldn't necessarily fit in front of you, I can make that work as well in terms of showing off something else if it's bigger or unwieldy or something like that. But I did see the question in the chat about the van. Unfortunately, you won't be able to pull a van all the way up over to kind of where we are. But you know, if the van is included in your video, you know, that's another way to kind of show off the video.
I do see a question related to props for bringing poster signs. If you need to bring your own easels, yes, please. We will not be providing easels or a way for you to display your props because we don't know what kinds of things people are bringing. So please be ready to set your own stuff up. Question in the chat, what types of questions will you be asking us, or do we need to bring questions for you to ask us?
So
Go
let me
ahead, Chris.
reiterate on the questions thing. You should be prepared to talk generally about your involvement in Give STL Day, as well as the impact of a donation on your organization during Give STL Day. You also filled out the form, which gave us additional insights as to what it is that you would like us to ask you about during this conversation. And our team will be using that those form responses as a guide to help craft the rest of the questions that we are planning to ask you. So those responses that you offered on the form will guide the questions that our host from the Community Foundation will want to take the conversation in that direction for you. That's why we ask it on the form, is to be able to create a conversation about specifically what you would like to focus on during the conversation.
And a copy of your form responses was sent to the email address that was used to fill out the form. If someone filled out the form on your behalf and now you're just the lucky person who needs to be interviewed and you can't find those form questions, just email me and I'll be happy to pull them for you. I'll drop my email address in the chat for those of you who don't already have it.
Emily, I want to be really respectful of everybody's time, and I want to make sure that we answer everybody's questions, but also seeing that we're almost at a half hour. We did have a question about nonprofit night at the Armory, and I know that there is a lot of interest that's going to happen with trivia, which is happening at nonprofit night at the Armory. Again, that is May 8th. So the night before Give STL Day. This event is taking place from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Armory. This is the first time we're doing something like this. So please bear with us as we try and figure out all the little details. But I did want to offer some breaking news for everyone, if that's okay with you, Emily.
Absolutely.
I'm going to share the prize structure and explain a little bit about how that trivia contest is going to work. So, by the way, if you do not use Emily's, can you guys see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, good. So if you guys are not using Emily's Canva templates to create your own Give STL Day graphics, please go ahead and do that. There are some great resources on the website, and that's where we're able to make graphics like this. So we have a $10,000 prize pool that will be divided up amongst 11 different winners on at this trivia event. First prize is going to be $3,500 donation to a nonprofit of your choice, probably yours, but doesn't have to be. And then you see the rest of the prize structure here, $2,500 for second place, $1,000 for third place, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh place will be a $500 donation. 8th, 9th, and 10th will be a $250 donation. And then we will choose one random player. So even if you are terrible at trivia, if you log in and you play, we will choose one person who did not win another one of those prizes to win a $250 donation. You will see there, this is important, that each nonprofit can only win one of these prizes. So you're welcome to bring down your whole team to play or whatever. But, you know, if everyone from one group is third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, we will allot the largest prize amount to that organization, and then come prepared to choose a second organization that would love to win one of these prizes on your behalf as well. I will create some additional social media content to explain exactly how trivia will work. We're going to be using a platform called CrowdPurr, and you're going to be playing on your device, whether it's a phone or your laptop. There will be Wi-Fi at the Armory, so you can connect in and play on your own device. And then the scoring will be done automatically by this platform. So it'll be very equitable and very clear who is winning, and we'll be updating the game throughout the night.
Thanks for that, Chris. I just do want to make it clear that this is, your organization does not have to be present to win a prize. You do have to be registered to participate in Give STL Day, which all of you are because you're here. But you do not have to be at the Armory to win. If someone decides to go and play on your behalf and you didn't know they were there, we still want to be able to give you that prize. However, the player has to be present to win. You can't play, from your phone at your house or anything like that. So player has to be present to win, but the benefiting nonprofit does not. Couple questions in the chat. I've tried my best to answer as we go along. I have written down everybody who requested a time slot switch. I believe that Promo and Voice decided to swap. Promo, you were at 6 and wanted earlier. Voice, you were at 9 and wanted after 4. Could I get a thumbs up or a confirmation in the chat from one or both of you if you did decide to go ahead and swap slots? If you asked to switch your time slot for the live stream, we are going to try to accommodate that if at all possible. Your slot assignment was based on your response to the live stream form. I do know that one organization was assigned a time slot that they did not say that we were available for, so we will absolutely fix yours. For everybody else who wants to switch, we'll do it if at all possible, but again, it was based on what you told us your availability was when you signed up for the live stream, so we may not be able to switch you. We'll try to let you know by the end of next week. Does that sound reasonable, Chris?
Yeah. Yes. We really appreciate you guys being here. I know we're a couple of minutes over our allotted time, but I am incredibly grateful to get to work with all of you guys, to meet so many of you, either for the first time or some returners. Some of you guys might remember me from 2019, which was 35 years ago, according to my brain these days. So we recognize just how valuable your time is on Give STL Day, and now in the lead up as well. If someone else from your organization needs to watch this video to hear some of this information, we will share out the replay of this very quickly afterwards. You're also welcome to please email me with any live stream specific questions. Emily has a lot going on, so she's happy to help as always. But if it relates to the live stream, I'm your guy. And we'll make sure that my email is, again, in the chat, but you guys have heard from me directly as well. It's just chrisstrub@gmail.com. If something comes up on the giving day where you're going to be late or something happens that you can't make it, the very best thing to do is to send me a text message, and I'll make sure you guys all have my cell phone number as well. Please do not call me on Give STL Day. And that is both a practical thing because we'll be managing 11 hours of live video, but also a technical thing because the broadcasts go through my iOS devices and I won't be able to answer phone calls because my devices will be locked up on the broadcast. So please, if something comes up, send me a text with your name and your organization's name, and then let me know what's going on, and I'll be sure to text right back to you. Any other questions?
Thank you, Chris. I have gotten a couple direct messages about tabling at Nonprofit Night. If you submitted your response to that first form that asked for all your information before the form closed, you're in. We'll be sending more information out about that by May 6th. If when you got to the form, it was closed and said, sorry, we're full for now, but if you want us to let you know if we have more space available, we have gotten a number of responses for that. I just don't know yet if space is available, but I'm doing my best to find out before May 6th as well. Chris, I think the last thing is we have had several questions on if people submit videos, when are you going to play those? I have answered that you just kind of orchestrate day
Yes.
of, how, when and who and for how long.
Great question. So we're going to have a variety of hosts from the Community Foundation that are playing that host role on the giving day. I'm going to be working to lead them through the interview process. But what will probably happen is we will have you sit down, we'll say hello, we might ask you a question about your organization, then we'll play the video, and then we'll come back and ask you a couple more things about your organization before we wrap things up. So, that's going to be plan A. Plan B for B-roll is we can also play your video and continue to speak over it. So a couple of groups have emailed about using video as B-roll. That is something that we can also do, but you should plan that we probably won't start your time with the video unless you specifically want to. We can, but we probably won't. So it's just going to be one big flowing fun adventure where it's group comes on, we play the video, then the next group, then the next group, then the next group. And we'll have about 30 to 45 seconds between each group for everyone to kind of switch out.
Chris, I did see a question. You can turn captions on when you're watching a live stream video, right? Had a question for if there will be an interpreter all day for the live stream. At this time, the answer is no, but everything can be captioned, correct?
So yes, on YouTube, there are captions that can be turned on in real time. On Facebook for the replays, those captions are available. So YouTube is probably the best way to watch from an accessibility perspective in real time. And those captions are surprisingly accurate. I mean, they're very, very good. I will connect directly with Emily about possibly having an interpreter for the section with DEAF. So we can talk more about that, Emily.
Mhm.
But
Sounds good.
I don't think we're going to have an interpreter for all 11 hours. Other questions? Okay. Well, Emily, unless you have anything else, again, thank you. I look forward to being back in St. Louis in a couple of short weeks. If you have any questions about the live stream, I'm your guy. If you want to see some of the behind the scenes stuff from Give STL Day or from the other giving day that I'm working next week, you can follow me on Instagram at Chris Strub. I'm always happy to say hi. And we'll be happy to support your social media efforts leading up to and on the day. I will be scheduling the broadcasts probably soon, but not immediately. So keep an eye out for that. If you want to share the link to the specific broadcast you're going to be on, you will be able to do that in advance, probably by the beginning of the week of Give STL Day. So I don't have those done yet, but those will be scheduled in advance so that you can send out that link in advance to your audience. With that, let's wrap things up.
Yep. Great. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, everybody, so much for your time, for going over a little bit with us. We're available to you if you have any questions, and can't wait to see you on the 9th.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Chris, do you need to talk through anything?
I don't. Thank you, guys. Yeah, stick around for a second.
Okay.
Let me stop the recording.
Yeah.
Thanks for recording.